Gusto mo bang maging isa sa mga pinakamagagaling na piloto dito sa bansa? Ako si Mark Felker at samahan niyo ako ngayon dito sa Alpha Aviation Group, Philippines. Dito sa flying school na ito, sa Clark Freeport, Philippines, makikita ang mga naglalakihang flight simulators kagaya ng A320 at A330. Kung ano nga ba mga sinasabi kong flight simulators na ito, let's hear it straight from the Alpha Aviation Group Philippines Head of Training, Captain Odi Reambilio.
Christopher Magdangal, the Asia-Pacific Regional Director of Alpha Aviation Group Philippines, tells us how the company started here in Clark.
Alpha Aviation Group Philippines is an approved training organization by the Civil Aviation of the Philippines.
Yes, sir.
And we started in 2006, catering to the pilot requirement of Cebu Pacific under multi-crew pilot license program.
Yes.
We finished around 100 pilots during that time, until 2011, until we revert to the CPL plus Airbus 320 type rating program. And right now we have finished around 700
Wow.
pilots with 95 to 97% placement rate.
Wow.
So most of them are currently working in our airlines
Yes.
and in airlines in Asia Pacific region.
According to Mr. Magdangal, AAGP provides the training requirement of most local airlines in the country. The prestigious Flight Academy is also an approved training organization by the Civil Aviation Administration of Vietnam. AAGP is uniquely equipped to provide world-class pilot training from 0 hours to fully qualified first officer.
Majority of our students are Filipinos,
Majority.
around 80%. But we cater also to the requirement of our neighbors
That's
by offering them an internationally recognized and compliant training program.
Mr. Magdangal also shared another milestone for the company. Very soon, they will be launching the first wide-body full-flight simulator in the country.
Yes, this coming May, we'll be launching the first ever Airbus 330, 340 full flight simulator. Of course, this is in partnership with CAE, the OEM, and we were supported financially by BDO in this project. This is the first wide-body full flight simulator in the country that will cater to the training requirements of our airline partners, especially Philippine Airlines, who's currently operating those type of aircraft.
Now the question is, do you have what it takes to be an airline pilot?
Luckily, today there are schools like Alpha Aviation where we cater to the requirements of an individual from
Yes.
zero experience.
Yes, sir.
They start out with the Cessnas, they fly the smaller type of aircraft, up to the time where they will be trained in the A320 type rating to qualify them as airline pilots.
Yeah.
Or airline ready pilots.
So there's an initial exam. So sasalain muna.
Yes, we have a screening tool.
After the screening, students can now enroll the airline pilot program of AAGP.
The ATP program is an 18-month course. But normally we finish it sooner, sometimes 15 months or even sooner.
15 months or
So you can project it in that time period.
Captain Audie Riambilio started as an officer in the Armed Forces of the Philippines at the age of 21. At ikinwento niya sa amin ang kanyang journey bilang isang piloto.
The Philippine Air Force gave me my wings. A couple of years later, I was a military pilot, graduated under the program.
So you were already flying?
After the military pilot training.
That's
I taught for a while in the Philippine Air Force Flying School. And then 12 years later, I joined the airlines. First, Pacific, then Vietnam Airlines, VietJet, AirAsia, Sea Air, and now I'm with
Compared to other professions, it is relatively expensive to become a pilot, but very rewarding. That's according to the general manager of AAGP. Ayon pa sa kanya, ito ay isang magandang oportunidad para sa mga kabataan na nais pumasok sa kanilang flight academy.
Our airline pilot training program, which is an urban, from zero to hero. That's our term for that.
Zero to hero.
That's zero to airline ready pilot. Rated on the Airbus 320
Yes,
will cost you $82,000
Wow,
for that 18-month program.
18-month program.
Our first officer transition training program, like for example, if you finish your basic flight training somewhere else, in the States or in other flight schools or in Australia, you may take or even if you're a Philippine Air Force officer, a retired officer, and you do intend to get into an airline pilot job,
You still have to study.
yes, you need to do the Airbus 320 type rating program. It will cost you around $31,000
$31,000. Here
for a 3-month program.
3 months.
AAGP takes pride in unparalleled training expertise and track record of their faculty and administration.
It's a very good opportunity for young men and women. Just like what Captain Audie said, during our time, you need to wait at least 10 to 12 years before getting into an airline. But right now, if you're a graduate of any bachelor's degree, you can actually take your chance and qualify for an airline job as an airline pilot.
Another growing industry here in Clark is aviation. Clark Airport authorities said more flights to Clark will boost economic activities, including transportation, food, and other businesses down the line.
Expensive, diba? But
Yes.
it's the price is reasonable naman kasi you get the chance to have your training here. No need for other expenses kasi dito ka na sa...
Both financially and operationally, you don't get to lose your pilots for quite a while
Yes.
because they need to go abroad.
Yes, yes.
Here, all they need to do is to drive
Yes.
up to Clark.
And I'm
Up
sure
north to Clark.
our facilities here are competitive enough naman with those they have in abroad.
Clark is very promising. There are plenty of hotels, good hotels.
Yes, that's true.
It's a tourist destination.
Yes,
Plenty of golf courses.
Yeah, we have almost everything
It's very
here.
enticing already for pilots, not just for Filipino pilots, but for pilots around the region.
That's true. So they would not going here just to be students. They can also be tourists.
That's part of training.
We're actually convincing our pilot trainees to bring their golf sets with them,
Yes.
their bikes with them, and to bring their families with them.
You know, Legrand and Dale, when I was a child, usually pag nasa preschool pa tayo, di ba? One of the things that we say when we introduce ourselves, di ba? Ako noon, when I was in preschool, I always say, I'm Marcaline Felker, and I want to be a pilot. So I myself is wannabe na maging pilot. And I know a lot of people who are watching sa atin ngayon are also wants to be pilots. So kayo na mga aviation students, what advice can you give to the people who are watching right now na gusto din maging mga future pilots kagaya ni or future aviation students kagaya ninyo?
Apart from having a skillful and competitive instructors here at Alpha Aviation, as well as with state-of-the-art facilities, training facilities, and in my opinion, one of the best here in our country, I believe Alpha Aviation trains us in being competitive pilots by way of constantly reminding us that we should always work as one,
Yes.
and we should maintain camaraderie and unity in our group. Because in the field of airline industry,
Yes.
it is very small, and from time to time in the future, we will surely see each other. So when that
That's
day
true.
comes, we should always maintain this camaraderie so that we could carry on our duties as airline pilots.
Here in Alpha Aviation, we really take pride when it comes to learning things in detail. And I mean, the last and smallest details here. We never settle here for average. That's why, as much as possible, we really strive to be the best. That's why when it comes to theories and aircrafts, we really try to perfect it. Because take note, in this profession, we're talking about safety first.
Yes, that's true.
So, for our instructors, they really try to cover everything. And as a result, for us students, we are very knowledgeable in this field.
Alright, so that was an amazing experience. So with just a short period of time, I was able to learn a lot of things. So what more pa kaya if I enroll here dito sa aviation school na to. So for those who are watching right now, I encourage you, especially if you're looking forward on being a pilot in the future, I encourage you all to enroll here at the Alpha Aviation Group Philippines.